Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The time for talk is over as we are just mere moments away from the Super Bowl. Two teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the Jets going up against the Packers. So the time has come. Let's send you out to the stadium and join the two men that will have the Super Bowl call. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas at NRG Stadium in Houston. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis, beyond thrilled to be bringing you the Super Bowl. All the pomp, all the circumstance, all the pageantry. It doesn't get any better than this, partner.
I'm loving sharing this booth with you, sharing this moment, this type of a game. For all the teachers who said we'd never make it, we're here.
And we talk these last couple weeks about the buildup, the anticipation. I think these guys are just ready to get out there and get this thing started.
And I know that both coaching staffs have spent considerable time trying to figure out how to best bring their team up to a peak without taking them over the edge and causing a lot of issues early in the game.
And you don't think much of a pregame speech is needed for this one?
I think the pregame speeches were the shortest all year. If they didn't just say, let's go get them, guys, they probably talked too much.
We begin the next half-century of Super Bowls to a strobe of flashes. Super Bowl 51 from Houston is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And leading his team out for the second time in a Super Bowl. The other one is Super Bowl 45, where he beat the Steelers. It's Aaron Rodgers.
And I don't know about you, but whenever Aaron Rodgers takes the field, I just R-E-L-A-X. Because I know we're going to see a terrific performance. What a great competitor. Fantastic with decision-making, and a big right arm that leads his team to victory most of the time.
He stole the man's line.
Well, he put it out there. He left it out there for us.
He's got time. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it?
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
They go play action here on first down. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On first down, Rodgers out to the flat for Lacy. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And Jeff Janis has it complete. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And they thought they could exploit this defense with some really quick hitters, quick action. They worked on that in practice. We just saw it there.
And we saw them break it down to the fundamentals as well. Each position group had their own little work on it. You know, they worked on a drill here with the receivers, a drill there with the quarterbacks. Then they brought it all together, and now it's paying off in the game.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position. On
2nd down, Lacey. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Marcus Williams there to make the tackle. Here's the offensive unit coming out onto the field in just a moment. Randall Cobb, very good at wideout.
Went to college to be a quarterback. Discovered his talents couldn't be limited to one position. He's a 1,000-yard receiver every year for his quarterback.
So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers finding time. And this is going to be incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And that brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And Crosby puts it through. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. And the first 3 points of the night belong to our home team as they get the field goal on the game's initial drive.
A good, solid drive. It didn't wind up in the end zone, but that's okay. You've got something positive on the board, and you got the early lead.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
Geno Smith has always loved the game of football. Dissects a lot of film, really is invested that way, has a good live arm. Should use his feet a little bit more to help himself out. His mobility never in question, but he likes to stay in the pocket and not leave it.
Here's Matt Forte with his first carry. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They were ready for what the defense was showing. They had prepared for that look, recognized it, went straight to the air, got the first. Well done.
Love the recognition because you can prepare for everything. You can watch the tape and put together your game plan, but you still have to understand what they're doing in terms of what they're showing and be able to adjust accordingly, and they did exactly that.
A running play now for Forte. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Second down following the run. Smith now to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Sam Shields.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it? Touchdowns.
1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Muscles him off. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Leonard Williams able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Third down, still 14 yards left. So 1 quarter down here in Super Bowl 51. 3-0 is our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol. They go play action for Lacy. Now Rodgers. It's caught. Nelson. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
So on 4th down, here's Jake Shum to punt it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And we put our attention now on the defense for the Packers.
And now Big Mo's wearing a shirt of their color. They're hoping to continue that momentum in their direction, but maybe another pick.
Who's Big Mo? He's momentum, right?
Momentum. And right now, he's hugging them.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to lead to a third down. 5 yards to gain here on 3rd down. Throwing is Smith. And he's got a man open. That's Marshall. A gain of 13 and also a 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We're back to Super Bowl 51 after this. A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on 3rd down. Back to throw, Smith. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Now Gino on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
One receiver left, 2 to the right. 2nd and 10, Smith again. And it's brought in by Eric Decker. You call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And those 1st downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
On 1st down, it's Smith. Anunwa's got it, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards there on the pickup, and the Jets are going to have a 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
And this seemingly endless drive continues. On 1st down, Smith. A dump off to Forte. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their 1st, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throwing again is Smith. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. Again, Smith, and able to find Decker. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield. All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense, but in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job, way to knock it down.
Long drive, the defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Second and goal to go now. On the ground, Forte. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Matt Forte as the first half is winding down. And the Jets have taken the lead. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot out to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's capped off by a Matt Forte touchdown run. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They start the drive on the ground with Lacey. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So we've reached halftime at a low-scoring 51st Super Bowl from Houston. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Packers are winning the turnover battle, and that usually leads to a win. The Jets, though, to their credit, are staying in it here at the Super Bowl, even with the turnover issues. All right, let's roll the highlights. Packers taking control early in the first. Rodgers got the completion here, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 43-yard line. Unfortunately, they would have to settle for just a field goal. 1st and 10, Smith's going to find his mark on the slant, and he'll be tackled at the 46-yard line. An interception would get the defense off the field. They have it at the 44-yard line. The Decker's got nobody around him on the catch. He would pick up 2 yards and then duck out of bounds. Jets have it later on the drive. Forte's stiff arm attempt works perfectly, and this run goes for a touchdown. They're now on top by 4. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. The second half of Super Bowl 51 still to come, as we rejoin Brandon and Charles in Houston.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Packers defense, they ready themselves here. They're losing here as we begin the third quarter, trying to stop this from being a bigger deficit.
And I used to play for a coach who always talked about getting the other team's attention. And in this case, they want to let them know that you're going to do the dictating from here on out, not the other way around.
Trying to impose their will as we start the third. They start the second half with a run by Forte. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On second down, Forte. Matt Forte with green grass ahead. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Matt Forte, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. Boy, he's playing really well, and I love his long speed there, right? Able to get out there and burst all the way to the end zone, and smart enough to keep the ball in his hands and get into the end zone for the touchdown. In 2016, on all levels of football, we're seeing guys drop it before the goal line. What's the rule, Brandon? Run into the goal post.
That's right.
Before you drop the ball.
That.
There you go.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. One back is Lacey. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Richardson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
To throw, it's Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And ready for 3rd and 6. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. Now 4th down.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Here's Jacob Shum now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 15. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. A obviously they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Back to throw, Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Decker that time. 3rd down here.
Sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
And they pick up a 1st down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
They'll run with Forte. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's Forte. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up 1st downs.
One receiver left, 2 to the right. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Second down following the incompletion. Time running out here on the play clock. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can't he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. And the play clock's running down. Now Smith throwing the slant pattern here complete. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that 1st down pass.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
1 quarter remains in Super Bowl 51. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Ready. 319.
From the gun, here's Smith. To Decker over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran now a nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They go back to the ground attack here. It's Forte. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. They'll try and get it with Forte. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They go play action here on 1st down. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Their big-bodied receiver from 4 yards out. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Surveying the field. Oh, he's got a man wide open. open, complete. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Rodgers now on first down. He's got time in the pocket. Caught by Nelson left side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
319!
Rodgers to throw on second down. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
319!
Rodgers now on first down. This is Cobb with a catch right side.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
And now a first down following that long gain. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And complete, right side to Cook. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
2 minutes to go in Super Bowl 51 from Houston. We're back to crown a champion after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And again, it's Rodgers. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Leonard Williams in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago. And the Jets set to take the field. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road. There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, Unfamiliar city, obviously. Unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one.
Ready. 319.
Following the penalty, it's Forte. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 26 yards on the pickup there. And it's good for a New York first down.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely. Still got a lot of life left in those legs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come out here in the eye. Again, they run. Again, it's Forte. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game. They want to keep it going.
They'll give it up to Forte. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
7 yards remaining here on 3rd down. And the New York Jets have won the Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy will be in the Big Apple. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.